So Seb said something funny to me the other day.
Yep.
He said, well, because we were screaming up here, this is the second time we've recorded this podcast. And he goes, Mum and Dad are fighting again.
So why were you screaming?
Well, we were talking about when the right time to hire a personal trainer is, which is the topic of today. How convenient, right? and we were screaming because we were talking about the differences between coaches. And I was talking about being like, drop and give me 20. And I was screaming because I was trying to be,
You're trying to be hard.
Well, yes. Yeah, okay. I was trying to be hard. And I was just giving the differences between the two types of PTs because you were saying that anyone that walks into this gym and is paired up with you, you would be screaming at them like an army soldier.
Army cadet.
That's the one. So a lot of the time people they're all right with doing their own training and doing their own research and just getting ChatGPT to write them up a program. And look, at times there are some programs that work, but can you really talk to ChatGPT that much about, giving you the right motivation, giving you the right discipline, all that sort of thing?
I feel like action is worth more than research. You can do all the research and knowledge finding in the world. You can go and do a degree in exercise science and get your PT certs. But at the end of the day, it's about the reps and sets.
Okay. So do you believe that everyone needs a PT?
No, I wouldn't say everyone needs one.
So if someone walked in and said, should I hire a PT? What's your first response?
I would say, what are your goals?
Okay,
what's your history with exercise? I need to understand your lifestyle right now and the goals that you have. Then once I find out what your lifestyle is right now, I can figure out how poor your lifestyle habits are. I can figure out how good or bad your nutrition habits are, and I can find out how good or bad your exercise habits are. And if I find that those habits, your lifestyle, are leading you down a very unhealthy pattern or unhealthy behaviors to potential health concerns in the future, that's when I would say you probably need a PT. Okay. Because a PT, to me, all they are is someone that helps create a better, healthy lifestyle for another person.
Okay, that's in your opinion. Let's just say the average Joe, right? The average Joe has heard the word PT or heard the term personal trainer floating around. What do you think they're imagining a personal trainer is?
Expensive.
Okay, apart from monetary?
A very fit individual. Straight away, like as soon as you think PT, you just think they must be fit. Mm-hmm. They must be jacked.
Yep.
All they do is eat chicken, rice, broccoli and train at the gym all day. That's I feel like if I was thinking of if I was a client and I was just thinking, what's a PT? I would straight away assume that they're just having chicken, rice and broccoli for breakfast, lunch, dinner and in the gym for 5 hours a day training.
Okay, so you think immediately, Joe or John, whoever the fuck it is, thinks immediately, all right, they're bodybuilders.
Yes.
Bodybuilders straight away, chicken, broccoli, rice, calorie deficits all year round and just getting lean and shredded nonstop.
Yes.
And to those people who have some sort of an idea of what personal training is, give them a little bit of an idea of, or you kind of gave them a little bit of an idea of what personal training is just from describing if that person was to walk in and say, hey, should I hire a PT? You gave them a great example.
Lifestyle.
Apart from the lifestyle side of things, what other things would you provide as a personal trainer? Let's walk away from the weights, the counting the reps, the sets, all that sort of thing, all the do things and all the outside of the box things.
It's all good to have like this fancy program, right? Like, here's your program. You're going to be doing full body 3 times a week on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. But that's only step one of the equation. And all your PT has done when they've created that thing for you is helped you with your strength and exercise side of things. But they haven't addressed the bigger things. I feel like, in my opinion, the bigger things that make a bigger impact as a PT or as a good PT, which is looking at your nutrition habits, because you're going to be eating more food than you are training in your day/week, and your lifestyle outside of the gym. Because your lifestyle outside of the gym and your nutrition habits outside of the gym are going to make a bigger impact into how you look, how you feel, and how you grow, or how far you get towards your goals than anything you do inside the gym.
Okay. Do you think it's just about that, or do you think there's even, like, you can go even deeper? Or is that just the initial stance, like the initial definition of what you would provide for them? Because I'll give you an example of where I'm going with this. A lot of people find that in the very beginning stages of doing said personal training, the motivation's high. It's at its peak. You've given them a little bit of a boost of what the roadmap looks like for the next 12 weeks. And then 6 weeks in, the lights switch off. No motivation. What would you do as a coach in that time of need for someone in order to get them back on the horse?
I would say 6 weeks is too long. I would say, as a good PT, you should have worked out their reason why. And if they haven't got a reason why, they haven't got a strong goal, they haven't got a strong reason as to why they want to turn up every week, then you're never going to be able to keep that person motivated. And it's going to be a constant cycle of them trying to find and refine motivation week in, week out. Yes, it's easy to find a new shiny object, like starting off a new PT program, getting excited by the new exercises that you chucked in. But if you're not constantly changing that week to week, month to month, that client's going to get bored. Unless on week one, you did a proper onboarding session, you really figured out what the actual reason why was, and it wasn't something vain like wanting to lose 5 kilos because they want to for fun. Like, you need to really dive into their actual deep-rooted reason why as to why they even stepped foot in the first place.
Yeah. And as a coach, like, you do need to really have that skill of being able to ask those questions or be able to dive into the reasons as to why they want to achieve X. Because a lot of coaches, they just go, cool, 5 kilos, done. Let's go. I got you a program. There you go. Let's go. 5 kilos, done. Cool. See ya.
ChatGPT can do that.
ChatGPT can do that. And that's where I think personal trainers, they are also lifestyle coaches as well, in a sense. Like you mentioned before, it's not just, here you go, here's the handout, do it. On top of that handout, there's the motivation, there's the behavior, like the behavior of the person, the way they walk into the gym. There's the exercise selection is very, very important. The accountability is very important. They're all big factors on top of what you just provide them, which is the exercise and the training. Which one of those that I just mentioned do you believe provides the best results for clients long term?
You can't pick one, but out of all of them, I'd say accountability.
Why?
Because you can't say one is better than the other, because if they have a specific goal, they need to be trained. They need to do strength training. If they have a specific goal, they still need to be doing their walking. They still need to be sleeping their 6 to 8 hours a night. They still have to be eating good food. So I can't say nutrition is better than lifestyle, and I can't say lifestyle is better than training, because I would say they've got equal importance. The reason why I'd say accountability is the most important is because you're keeping them accountable to make sure all those other factors are in check.
So that's the important part then, is that it's not just, PTs don't just do one thing. They do a multitude of things, summarize them, and give you the missing puzzle piece that you may not have for the end of your puzzle.
Yeah, like, why didn't you walk today, bro?
It's a good question.
Where's your 10K steps?
I've done 5.
That's soft.
I'm going for a walk after this. It's fine. Don't you worry. Okay, let's dive into like the biggest signs, because obviously the podcast is more so about when to get a personal trainer. We've described everything in terms of what a personal trainer does, what they provide, and how they can help you. But let's dive into the signs of, like, say someone's watching this right now.
Yes, Sally.
Say, okay, Sally, you're watching this right now. Right now, you don't know what the signs are to kind of show you that you're ready to be personal trained or have a personal trainer. What do you reckon some of those signs are?
Okay, you've got a specific goal and you've found it hard to achieve this said goal by yourself. You've tried all the fad diets, you've tried all the Instagram workouts.
What are some of the
and
questions that Sally's asking herself?
Well, Sally right now says, I want to lose 5 kilos because I want to be able to get up and down off my chair comfortably without having to strain like I'm doing a heavy squat. Now, she's gone on Instagram and gone on Facebook and copied this influencer's programs and done it for a week, lost motivation and stopped doing it. And she's in this constant hamster wheel, just chasing her own tail. Now, I believe she's at the point now where she needs someone to step in her corner and basically tell her, you need to stick to one program. You need to see a roadmap. Week 1 to week 12, you need to know exactly what you're doing. And this is a plan, you need to be sticking to it. And someone that keeps her accountable to week by week, check in with her to make sure she's actually achieving X rules.
What do you say to the people? What do you say if someone says to you, I'll start on Monday?
Honestly, if you're someone that wants to constantly push their goals till Monday, do you really care about what you want? Does it actually matter to you that much? Because if it mattered to you, you'd be doing it now. You'd be doing it tomorrow.
Okay, that's true.
You wouldn't be waiting 5 days until Monday hits and you're like, oh, fresh week, time to get going. You'd be starting from day one. From the moment that you felt like, shit, I'm starting to fall behind on this, you pick yourself up and you go again.
What would you say to someone on the other side? They know what to do. They've done it before, right? But they never actually do it.
For that person, they've done it before. Maybe let's pick weight loss as the best, easiest example. They've achieved fat loss in the past. They lost 20 kilos 10 years ago. Let's say that's an example, right? And now they over time gained a little bit of the weight back and they're struggling to lose their next 10. And the reason why they're struggling is because they're constantly in this battle of starting, restarting. For that person, they need a PT because of the accountability. Sometimes people need to pay money to someone else to give them an accountability to continue doing their goals. It's a sad reality, but sometimes that monetary value of losing money gives you more accountability to pursue your goals a little bit more than you would.
I think in turn that...
It's like a sunk cost fallacy.
Yeah, I think that sunk cost fallacy plays a big role because you get it back in your life expectancy, your health, your fitness, the way you feel, the strength that you gain.
You get more jacked.
You get more jacked, guys. You get more jacked. Do you think confusion is enough of a reason to hire a coach? Because TikTok says one thing, Instagram says the other, and then you go on YouTube and there's a whole video tutorial on how to, lose weight in the course of a month or two. Do you think confusion is a big enough reason to hire a coach?
No, it all plays into the same thing because if they're confused, they're obviously trying to find answers to something. Yeah. Let's say they're confused about weight loss. They want to lose weight and they run on Instagram, they run on TikTok, they run on YouTube, and they found all these different answers or different things they can try. One person was telling them jump on carnivore. One person was telling them to do 20,000 steps a day. One person was telling them to, follow a 5-2 diet or paleo or intermittent fasting. So this person is probably trying one of those diets for a week, trying another diet for a month, trying a different diet for 6 weeks, getting somewhere with those, but then obviously comes back when they eventually give up on those specific diets because they reintroduce all those foods again, food noise comes back and they lose all their results. So for those people, they are confused. I feel like they need that person that kind of gives them the direction because and you know this yourself, any program works. Every single program works. If someone's stuck with intermittent fasting, it would work, but they need to be in a calorie deficit. If someone's stuck with 5-2, it would work. It can work. They just need to stick to it and it needs to be in a calorie deficit. Everything works. There's no there's no secret sauce. Everything works. The problem is people don't stick with those things long enough to see a result, and they get disheartened when they don't see the result fast, where they as fast as they expected to see the result.
You heard it here first, people. Dr. Brendon diving into the world of your mind right now.
Expectations are here. The actual result is here.
Yeah, that's big.
So
Okay.
a big thing I've been doing a lot is showing the numbers. Showing the numbers.
The data.
Showing the data. Showing the proof. So when I give someone a new plan when it comes to their nutrition, their training, whatever it is, I actually explain to them and sit them down and say, okay, us choosing this amount of calories, you should be, if you ate this amount of calories and tracked everything for 7 days, you should be losing around half a kilo a week.
Yep.
Are you happy with that? Yes, no, maybe, whatever the answer is. Then you come back as a PT and tell them, okay, we can increase it, but this is the problems if we increase it. You're going to have lower energy. You're going to feel like absolute ass. You're going to feel very demotivated. And there's a chance you're going to probably binge on the weekends or throw out your goal entirely because you realize how freaking hard it is to be in such a heavy deficit.
Okay. Let's go back, right? Let's try and summarize everything. So when to hire a personal trainer, it's when you're wanting to take that next step in your fitness journey and you're wanting to set a goal. You have either had experience or don't know how to get there. And in that questioning process of yourself, is this the right time for me to hire a PT? You go, bang, cool. Now you're in that process. We talked about the onboarding. The one thing that we brought up consistently was the accountability. And the accountability is probably the most important part because it's not just one person doing the thing. It's a partnership and it's a relationship at the end of the day. So that first interaction turns into a partnership. That partnership turns into a relationship. Do you think accountability is worth paying for?
Yes.
Do you think that personal training is just paid for accountability?
No.
Okay. Give me your reasons as to why.
You can pay any random Joe Blow to send you a message every day and tell you to eat better. Hiring a PT, they're not only going to keep you accountable to said goal by sending you those messages, calling you out, whatever, but they actually build you that plan, so you actually know what you're doing. They help you build that discipline. So when you're going through that process, the PT, paying for an accountability coach is someone that sends you a message and calls you every week, right? Paying for a PT is going to teach you all the things and give you the most efficient path to your goal. And that's essentially what you're paying for. Someone that keeps you accountable to your goal, but also someone that builds you the right plan that's the most efficient path to your goal. That's it.
Everyone right now watching this video pays for accountability, regardless of where you are in life. If you don't have a personal trainer or not, a financial advisor, you're paying for them to advise you. There's teachers, there's sport coaches, there's driving instructors, there's business coaches. These are just some of the things that I've listed. They're all accountability, keep you on top of what you're currently doing or working towards. Why do you believe that fitness is so different?
Fitness is different because there's so many gyms out there. And people that don't understand the industry or don't understand what a PT is or what a gym is just immediately looks at their closest nearby gym because they don't have any knowledge, they don't know anything. They go to their nearby gym, could be a big box commercial gym, and John at the front desk tells them, yeah, it's $15 a week and you can come to the gym whenever you want. To go from hearing that to going to a PT studio and then they say, yeah, it's 2 times a week, you're paying $200. You're going to think, wait, I can only go 2 times a week to this place, but I'm paying $200, or I can go whenever I want and pay $15. Why would I pay such a big difference to go to that that person's gym when I can go to this one. And the $15 gym has so much more equipment and so many better, such a better facility as well. The other one was tiny and small, and there was only
One toilet.
and one guy behind the front desk.
I'm used to 10 guys behind the front desk, you know?
Yeah, whereas my local commercial gym, there's like 10 guys in there, and there's like 3 levels with all this state-of-the-art equipment, and it's only $15. Why would I pay more? I'd be confused. If I didn't know anything about the industry, I would be like, I'm just going to go to the $15 gym, $15 a week gym. The problem is when they do that, they're going to be locked into a contract, right? Everyone knows they're locked into long-term contracts with their commercial gyms. I was locked into an 18-month one at the end of my commercial gym journey. And when you're locked in for that period, 9 times out of 10, someone that's never done fitness before is going to be highly motivated at the start, sign up, jump on the treadmill 3, 4, 5 times a week for the first month. And that's a month I'm pushing it, right? Then for the next 17 months, they probably turn up once a month if they're lucky. They'll go on a hiatus for 3 months. Don't even realize that they're paying $15 a week, because it's to a lot of people that might not seem like a lot of money. So they're like, $15, all right, so I'll go next week. I'll go the week after. You would definitely notice it if you went to that $200 gym. If you paid for that $200 a week gym, you'd be turning up minimum twice a week.
Whereas the other one, you're not
100%.
really guaranteeing yourself that you'll rock up, because the bed's really warm that morning that you wake up and you just roll over and go,
you wake up, it's 5 a.m. You're like, I usually go to the gym at this time. That's too cold. Let me go back to bed. Shit. If I don't go to this PT appointment, I'm losing $100. Nah, I'm going.
Okay, so at what point does accountability, or personal training in this context, become more of an investment rather than an expense?
From day one. And that would be for all of the ones that you listed before.
Yeah.
Financial advisors, all those occupations or things that you mentioned, day one for all of them.
Why do you think?
Because every single one has an onboarding process. Every single one has a little goal setting session. No matter what service you're paying for, if it's with another human, you're usually going to have a period or a day or week where you're focusing on figuring out what your goal is, what you want to achieve. That person is going to figure out a plan on how you get there.
Yep.
And then they're going to keep you accountable to it. That's essentially what it is.
Why do you think people are so scared of committing to a personal trainer from day one?
As soon as they hear the word accountability or hear the word personal trainer, some people feel like they failed themselves, because they feel like, this is something that I can do myself. Why do I have to pay for someone when it's something that I can do on my own? I can look up some program online by CBUM and do it by myself. I can, when it comes to financial advising, I can just save and do it myself. I can, instead of business coaching, I can just go on YouTube and learn all the things. But the thing is, when you hire a PT, they've already made the mistakes. They've already done the knowledge. So you don't have to make those mistakes yourself. They can just teach you all the things. You're getting to your goal in a more efficient and safe way. And you can skip all the BS of trying all these new things with failure.
What do you think are some of the what are some of the excuses that you hear the most?
The biggest excuses I'd say is don't have the time, can't afford it. At the moment, I can't afford it. I'm gonna wait until work settles down and I have more time, and I feel like I need to get fitter first before I start doing personal training.
And for the people that are making excuses, what's one thing that you'd say to them right now to get them over that hurdle?
Hit the gym.
Okay, apart from just hitting the gym.
Book in a PT session.
Oh, even better. Wow.
With me.
All right, perfect. Well, if you need any help or something confused you within this podcast today, feel free to reach out. We'll put all the end credits at the end of the description. But thank you so much for listening, and we will see you guys next week for the next podcast. Ciao.